Mr. President, friends, I'm sincerely happy to have this meeting. It's true, we haven't met for a long time. You planned to visit Moscow a number of times, but you couldn't due to your busy schedule, and I cordially welcome you to Russia. It is with warmth I remember our previous conversations, both in Russia and in Brazil. They were always held in a very friendly atmosphere and were businesslike, and it is thanks to our personal contacts we have managed to do a lot of work to strengthen relations between our countries over the last years. Your previous trip to Russia happened a lot of time ago, 15 years ago. Back then, in 2010, your visit also happened in May, and we made a joint statement on the occasion of the 65th anniversary of the victory in the Great Patriotic War. The Victory Day will always hold special significance for our peoples that fought against fascism and Nazism. We all know it very well that Brazil joined the anti-Hitler coalition. Your military units participated in the hostilities in Italy, and they were protecting communications on the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. Thus, you made a significant contribution to our joint victory. Both in Brazil and in Russia, we honor this memory and we pay tribute to the victors. And our relations today are developing consistently. We maintain contacts at the high level. You always find time to receive Russian representatives when they travel to Brazil on working visits. We develop bilateral trade relations, and I would like to mention that the significant amount of our trade with Latin America is with Brazil. Russia is still the largest exporter of the oil products, of mineral fertilizers to the Brazilian market, and Brazil remains a leader in Russian import of food produce. We cooperate closely on the international arena, and we will speak more about this today. We concert our efforts in the UN and BRICS, in the G20, and I'm very glad to have this opportunity to discuss with you, Mr. President, today all these matters and many other matters that are of mutual interest to both of us. Thank you.
Bem, Presidente Putin, primeiro, meus agradecimentos pela extraordinária acolhida.
Mr. President, first of all, I would like to thank you for such a warm welcome extended to myself and my delegation, especially on such an important day for you. In my delegation, we have people for whom this is their first trip to Russia. I would like to introduce my delegation, members of my delegation, and I would also like to say that this is my first visit to Moscow in 15 years, and actually it's the return of the dream that we have been developing for 15 years, and I will never forget how President Putin cherished our conversations and how important he deemed talks between our foreign ministers, Minister Moro and Minister Lavrov. We have a lot of important topics to discuss, topics that are important for both our countries. The times are very difficult. The times we live in are very difficult, and a lot of things that we used to believe that we wanted to happen after World War II, such things as strengthening the multilateral relations, strengthening of the UN role, the growth of free trade. We all used to think that this will happen in the future, to have guarantee of peace and calm in the world. Unfortunately, there is no peace and calm in the world today, and the decisions that were made, that were made and expressed by the President of the United States, the tariff policy that they are pursuing now with all the countries, it is burying this matter of free trade, the question of free trade, the question of strengthening multilateral relations, and also it is burying the respect for the free states, something that we must not forget. And my visit here today is aimed at strengthening the construction, the development of our strategic partnership. Brazil is interested culturally, economically. We have trade interests in Russia, and also from the point of view of technology, of science, we have interest in developing relations with your country. And your country has a lot of interest in Brazil. We are a vast nation. We are located in the opposite parts of the world. We are part of the global south. And currently we have this opportunity to ensure that our commercial relations developed. We have some $12.5 billion. It's for the Brazilian part, there is a deficit of trade, but we see a lot of potential for growth, and that's why we're here. We are interested in discussing such topics as military, space exploration, science, economic, education, and first of all, the matter of energy. I have here the Minister of Energy with me, as part of delegation. Also here with me, the Minister of Science and Technology. And these ministries, they already have memoranda of understanding. We have here the President of our Senate, one of the senators here, Vice President of the MP Council, and your old friend here, Samarim. He is not a minister, but he is my advisor on foreign relations, CEO of the Federal Police, the head of the Federal Police, our ambassador. And also we have here an entrepreneur who met with me in Brazil, and he asked me, so you're going to Russia? I want to travel with you because I'm the leading exporter of meat to Russia. And I invited Fernando Queiroz, our colleague, to become part of our delegation, and I would like to introduce him to you, Mr. President.
Para que a gente tenha uma certa rapidez